Good day to all of you. I am Dr. Arvind Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dogar College, Bikaner. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Reed diode. As we discussed in last video lecture, these are avalanche transit time diodes. So let us start. What is the physical description of a Reed diode? The basic operating principle of impede diodes can be most easily understood by the reference to the first proposed avalanche diode, that is Reed diode. If we understand the first proposed diode, that is Reed diode, that is first proposed avalanche diode known as Reed diode. So you can easily understand the operating principle of impede diode by understanding Reed diode. The theory of this device. The theory of this device was presented by Reed in 1958. So the term Reed diode is used for this diode. But the first experimental Reed diode was reported by Lee et al. In 1965. Theory is presented in 1958 by Reed, but experimentally Reed diode was reported. First experimental Reed diode was reported by Lee et al. In 1965. A mod of the original Reed diode with a doping profile and a DC electric field distribution that exists when a large reverse bias is applied across the diode. If you can understand about this statement, that is a mode of original Reed diode with doping profile and a DC electric field distribution that exists when a large reverse bias is applied across the diode. If we see this figure, N plus and P plus are heavily doped, and this is P and I. Okay, and we apply here VDC is applied across the junction N plus and P plus. That means plus is attached with N plus and minus with P plus. Hence this is DC electric field distribution that exists when a large reverse bias is applied across the diode. This is reverse biasing here we are using. Okay. This is the region known as avalanche region. This is the region known as avalanche region. Okay. And this region is known as inactive region, heavily doped region. And this region is known as drift region. And this region is known as space charge region. So there are different regions which you must know: avalanche region, inactive region, drift region, and these are the space charge regions. These are the space charge regions boundary. Okay. So this is the structure where we used silicon as a material. So this structure is known as silicon structure. From it, what is the field distribution? We see here you are applying, but this is heavily doped and this is also heavily doped. Hence the electric field is like here and here due to I2. But after that it is rising here. Okay. but again at the boundary space charge region, but after that there is some decrease due to small doping here, and after that this is drift region. There is no difference in electric field distribution. Okay, and after that again P plus heavily doped region, hence the field is infinite. So field distribution, electric field versus distance, is according to diode structure. Okay, if heavily doped, field is minimum, and if small doping, that is P, there is small change in electric field, and if drift region, there is no change in the field. There is no change in the field. Similarly, if you see the doping profile, concentration centimeter per centimeter cube, concentration per centimeter cube versus distance, we see here from N plus high doping, P plus high doping, and low doping, and this is the region, drift free region, very small doping. This is the region where I or nu, we are using here the term, that is very small. Okay, so these are the figures for reed diode. This is the structure, and after that in B, field distribution and C, doping profile are shown. The reed diode is an N plus P IP structure. That is very important, because you must remember the structure. This is not simple PN junction structure or transistor structure. There are 4 regions, N plus P I, where the subscript plus sign, where the superscript plus sign denotes very high doping. N plus means that N doping is very high, and the I or nu refers to intrinsic material. I or nu refers to intrinsic or extrinsic. There are 2 kinds of material. Here I or nu refers to intrinsic material. The device consists essentially of 2 regions. One is the thin P region. We see that thin P region, which avalanche multiplication occurs. One is the thin P region at which, that means where avalanche multiplication occurs, that is the region thin P region. This region is also called high field region or avalanche region. This field is known as high field region or avalanche region. Here we are showing this is the avalanche region. Okay, because here field is high also compared to other parts, so this field is known as high field region or avalanche region. The other is the I or nu region, through which the generated holes, I or nu region, through which the generated holes, generated holes must drift in moving to the P plus contact. What is the I or nu region? Through which generated holes must drift in moving to the P contact. Okay, here holes are moving towards P plus. That means they drift, or generated holes drift in moving to the P plus contact. This is also called intrinsic region or drift region. This region is known as I or new region is known as intrinsic or drift region. The P region is very thin. We can easily understand that this region is very thin. P region is thin. The space between N plus P junction and IP plus junction is called the space charge region. The space between the N plus P junction and IP plus junction is called the space charge region. The space between. This is the space. This space and this is very thin space. These are both known as space charge region. Similar devices can be built in the P plus and IN plus structure, in which electrons generated from avalanche multiplication drift through the I region. Here electrons generated and they, because here N is the region, electrons generated and they are drifting through the I towards the N plus region. Through the I region. Because electrons generated and from avalanche multiplication drift space. This is the I is the region known as avalanche multiplication drift space through the I region. Okay. The Reed diode oscillator consists of an N plus Pi plus diode biased in reverse. Reed diode oscillator consists this structure and it is biasing, its biasing is reverse bias. N plus P plus, okay, and mounted in microwave cavity, and mounted in a microwave cavity. In microwave cavity it is mounted. Reed diode oscillator mounted in the microwave cavity. The impedance of the cavity is mainly inductive. The impedance of cavity is mainly due to inductive and is matched to the mainly capacitive impedance of the diode. Because diode have capacitive impedance, but cavity have mainly impedance that is inductive, but they must match with capacitive impedance of the diode to form a resonant circuit. Because this is necessary for the resonant condition in this circuit, so the circuit also known as resonant circuit. The device can produce a negative AC resistance. The device can produce negative AC resistance that in turn delivers power from the DC bias to the oscillation. Again, this device can produce negative AC resistance and hence it delivers power from the DC bias to the oscillation. What happens? Power delivers from the DC bias to the oscillation. So this is the physical description of the Reed diode and how it's working. A small part of working we here see. In next few lectures we also understand about avalanche multiplication in the Reed diode and carrier current and external current in Reed diode Okay, what are its mathematical expressions and how we can understand it, and at last output power and quality factor for read diode. Okay, thanks to all of you.